right. There are literally too many ads. Lucky.
This video was sponsored by War Thunder. Are they gone? Hi, congrats on surviving the 47.5 ads it took to get here. Don't worry, it's only getting worse from here. I'm John C. Owner, visionary founder of much beloved and iconic brands that everyone has come to trust, like BetterHelp and Honey. And as someone that works in advertising, we're dedicated every day to coming up with ways to make sure that there's not a single second of your life where you're not regretting it. You might have come across some of our recent endeavors, like when you're standing at a gas station and spiraling about whether the bank's going to approve the loan that you need to fill the car up now. We know that what you really want to hear is how for only $3 more you can get the furthest we can push the legal definition of a hot dog. We have our AI-powered brand accounts working round the clock to comment the least funny shit that you've ever seen in your entire
The video just started, but I already gotta say, I always get so many more ads now. Like, for most apps, you gotta use an ad block, which I know is like kind of shitty because you didn't get some like YouTubers and shit like that they're getting the money from me. But like, you gotta use an ad blocker sometimes, especially on YouTube. Every like 5 minutes you can just get an ad.
Life on every trending post to kill the vibe for everybody. And while we might not legally be able to put up a giant billboard in the ocean, we can put a giant billboard on a boat and drive it around in a circle. Literally, what are you gonna do about it? And for our loyal customers who just spent 30 grand on a Jeep, please look forward to the endless mandatory pop-ups begging you to purchase a warranty while you're driving the car. You know how when you walk into a fast food place and they normally have this thing called a menu so you can like figure out what it is you want to order? Yeah, they're also putting ads on those now. So it takes you 48 minutes to make a decision.
Can I get,
Why are they shilling gambling companies at the Golden Globes? Why are there gambling ads in my Instagram reels? Even the...
Yo, that shit is so annoying. Those little Instagram and TikTok ads they be doing. I forgot what it's called, like those little gambling sites that nobody's gonna tap on.
Mirrors in
That
public
shit's so annoying.
bathrooms are ads now. I don't want McDonald's to be the first thing I see after I get done taking a shit. That's why I'm here in the first place. I'm actually an enormous fan of paying a subscription for Outlook and then still having a fake unread email ad show up every time I use it. Almost as much as I love having to scroll down to the third page of Amazon or Google to find something that hasn't bought its way into the top results. And like the other day when I was checking my mail, I had a guy show up to my front door asking me to change energy companies. There are too many ads, okay? There's just too many of them. But you know what you can never have enough of? The sponsor of this video. The year is 2015. Nobody uses free-to-air TV anymore because it has so many ads that the only people watching it are physically unable to change the channel. And the same thing with cable, which has the same amount of ads except you also have to pay for it. Introducing...
Yo, that and another thing with YouTube. Instead of making their videos like maybe 30 seconds long, 20 seconds long, something like that, now they are literally like 40 minutes up to like 6 minutes. And yeah, most of them are like skippable at some point. You have to watch like a 4-minute ad to be able to skip. And then say you want to go to the bathroom or something with the ads playing, you come back, it's still going. And that shit's so annoying.
The streaming service. A paradise away from ever having to see another ad for the rest of your life. The year is 2026, and you go to boot up this week's poorly animated episode of Invincible on a streaming service that you pay money for, and then also additionally an extra $3 a month for their separate ad-free tier, and then suddenly, oh, what's that? Is that an ad? So then you go into Disney Plus to watch the finale of the new Daredevil season, where for the 8th week in a row, you're thinking maybe it'll be good this time, and still have to skip through a trailer, and then also hear about their official Daredevil podcast. Hi, Peacock support. Why am I still seeing ads on the ad-free tier? Because, oh, sorry, the ad-free tier doesn't get rid of ads. We only meant it's free of some of the ads. What the fuck are you talking about? Hi, I'm
so
John
stupid.
YouTube, much beloved CEO of a site that you only use because where else are you gonna go? And in case you're wondering, yes, the entire video is going to be like this. And we here at YouTube are always striving to make needless and extremely unnecessary changes to our site to make your experience worse than it needs to be in literally every single way. We're committed to making sure that the search results will give up on showing you what you were looking for after like 5 videos and then just start showing you shit that you've already seen for some reason. We sunk years of research into finding a way to have shorts take up as much of your recommended and homepage as humanly possible, no matter how many times you tell it to
Yo, I feel like shorts gotta just be like AI bots. Like just bots in general. Like you look at them, look at the comments, look at everything, it's just all bots. YouTube Shorts is the one thing that makes me think dead internet theory is real. Like it's just all bots. That's all you can see.
This off. And even
Some
we don't know what the
people,
fuck
but, like,
YouTube playables are.
you
But
see
don't take
very
it from
few
us.
normal
Take
comments.
it from the one
Or
guy
video.
that actually pays for YouTube Premium. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. Like every single time I use YouTube signed out, I feel like I'm getting like a free trial of hell. Because when I open YouTube, I get an ad for premium, then I get an unskippable ad, then a skippable ad, then a banner ad, and then when I go full screen to get away from it, they give me a pop-up ad. And it's crazy that the only thing that any of this makes me want to buy is a gun. I think we're so conditioned to be like constantly interrupted on YouTube by now that I have the power to activate your right finger like you're a sleeper agent just by saying the words, "This video was sponsored by War Thunder." But I want to tell you about my philosophy on sponsors, okay? Don't worry, War Thunder can't hear me anymore. They don't watch this part of the video. I don't think for a second that like 90% of you aren't like getting an aggravated assault charge against the right half of your phone screen before I even finish saying the word VPN. But like, because I know how unbelievably annoying it is to hear about Raid Shadow Legends for like the 90th time, I feel like the least I can do is try, right? Because I respect you, okay? Yes, you. You specifically. No, not you, the other guy. You won't believe me, but I kind of enjoy doing sponsors, okay? Like, I know some people still look at it as that it's supposed to be, like, embarrassing for me for some reason to be shilling to you a razor for your balls, but, like, honestly, I think it's a lot of fun having a company come up to you and be like, okay, here's a chair, you have 60 seconds to make that funny. Also, they pay me lots and lots of money. I'm not always gonna get it right, but I'm only gonna promote something if I think I can make something funny out of it, okay? Like, more shady AI companies get ghosted by me than I do by every woman on Hinge. But like, I will do an ad for a sex toy company because that shit was funny. Hi, okay, I'm running out of names. I'm John. And have you been to the movies lately? Can't say I blame you. Because the other day, I went to go see hit iconic movie.
No, I feel like the reason movies are falling off so hard, like nobody really goes to the movie theater anymore. It's like a big, good movie. Nobody really goes anymore because for one, the prices. Then if you want to get food from there, the prices are just way too much. Then there's like barely any good movies. There's sometimes some good movies, but it's not usually that good. And if there is good enough, you're just gonna go on a subscription website, or you're just gonna like pirate it or do something like that. So it's just useless to go to the movie theater anymore. Like there's some that are worth it, but usually it's just
Obsession,
not.
which I was told on my ticket was gonna start at 6:30. And I knew that I could leave my house 10 minutes after the movie had already started, have time to go drop into my parents' house to go harass my dog for 5 minutes, and to go fill up my car. Oh, for fuck's sake. And get to the cinema 25 minutes after the starting time to be there in time for the lights to go down and for them to show me another fucking ad. Because by the time they actually play the movie, about half an hour after telling me to be there, both the popcorn I paid $74 for and my grandma's body have gone cold. But you know what? As stupid and annoying as this is, as long as I just like show up to the cinema like a quarter of the movie's length late, it doesn't really affect me that much. Like, at least they're not putting like pop-up or mid-roll ads during the movie. I mean, can you imagine if they did that? Hi, I'm John Product Placement. Truly my best one yet. And we figured that since they won't let us have mid-roll ads during movies, we've been working with the greatest storytellers in the world to seamlessly incorporate brands into the movies and TV shows that you love by subtly hiding.
Oh yeah, where like they just have products inside of shows or movies to just like convince you to buy them. That shit just, I don't think it works like
completely
no one.
natural conversations.
This Subway sandwich, so ono. It's sweet onion chicken teriyaki with jalapenos with banana peppers. Now you put that with this, turkey BLT, bam!
We're changing the game by putting unskippable ads in your full-price $60 sports game, which accurately simulates what it's like to watch sports by making it absolutely unbearable.
No, it's my Beats. They have noise-canceling technology. Matter of fact, I can't even hear what you're saying, Diane. What'd you say?
And speaking of sports, where between the ad breaks every 5 minutes
Oh
and
nah, see, I'm really not a sports person myself, but I can't watch sports where like 90% of it is just them on an ad break. There's talking about ads. There's ads literally everywhere. Like look at the whole thing of that. Prime, Monster, all that shit, just covering the whole thing. Any type of sports you watch, there's just ads everywhere.
The grass being forcibly tattooed
Every
with the Subway
inch.
logo. You might actually be able to see them play a game sometimes.
In fact, I could show you one. I have it on my T-Mobile phone. I can just share it on that TV.
I have those monthly sales figures. Let me beam them to your T-Mobile device.
Don't do that.
It's too late, baby. I got my T-Mobile super fast 4G.
And for the kids, we've got entire 20-season-long TV shows where literally every episode is just Bumblebee, holy shit, it's Predatron, who's cooler and stronger than everyone else in the cast, and also available at Walgreens for just $16.99, batteries not included. which we can almost guarantee probably won't do damage to their long-term adult psyche. I'm sure you've noticed, but I was raised on like an ungodly amount of unsupervised screen time and have been trained since birth on Angry Birds and Doodle Jump to forge me into like an ad-skipping super soldier. But now like every mobile game I attempt to play for even like the briefest of shits is like having a conversation with a dementia-ridden grandma. Back in my day, right, it was tradition that there'd be like a paid game for like $2 or a free version with ads, and that's how they made their money either way, right? But eventually they worked out, well, we could charge people $7 once, or we could have a free game that makes us $9 million a day, and all we have to do is make the game completely unusable. Like when I go to the App Store and I look up Plants vs. Zombies and it goes, do you mean zombie gunship survival? No, I want the thing I looked up actually, but thank you so much. Which reminds me of the sponsor of this video, Plants vs. Zombies. Hey, what's up guys? I just found this brand new mobile game all on my own without any financial influence. I am organically telling you that because no one was playing Plants vs. Zombies 2 since it has more ads than actual minutes of gameplay, they were introducing Plants vs. Zombies for free. The same game you love, but now with 2 trillion microtransactions, ads that literally drop from the sky, and even less lawnmowers than you're supposed to have unless you watch a 30-second unskippable ad. There are 3 apps that I use every single day of my life, right? Instagram, Letterboxd, and a food tracking app called Chronometer. My life is fucking miserable. And all of these apps are free because they spend most of my day trying to drive me insane. It took about like a week of using Chronometer to figure out that doing literally anything...
Yeah, you can't use any mobile games anymore, or half the time you're on it, you're just getting that. It's like 30-second to minute ads that's just unbearable. So you have to either buy free ads, which no one's doing for a mobile game, or just don't play. Not to mention it's in
5 to 10 seconds.
It's in every single streaming service too. You go on TikTok, every like 5 swipes you get an ad. You're on YouTube, you get like 4 minutes of ads. Like every single social media you can go on, there's ads. Every single mobile game you can get, there's ads. It's either you get an ad blocker, or you have to just play with things with an ad blocker.
Of my life.
This ad blocker
It's
that's the only
actually
option.
faster for me to close and restart the whole thing before it can load any
So
ads,
unbearable.
which is just stupid for both of us, right? Because like now I'm conditioned to just immediately restart it after I do anything, so they're not even getting paid, and I'm regularly having the worst time of my life. Letterboxd has started doing these like inescapable video ads that take up half the screen, cannot be closed, and will follow you around no matter what you do in the app. And also, this... I don't even know. What is this trying to sell me? Why are you looking at me like that? And so like now, I don't want to give either of these apps money, even though I really like using them, because I don't want to be annoyed into doing something. Same with like Spotify, whose business model
Oh
is
nah, I use YouTube Music because Spotify is actually unbearable. Even if you get premium, it still just hates you. It hates you. It doesn't want to do anything. Not to mention they just have AI music constantly now. They ruined Spotify. It's been ruined since the start. But Spotify is so ass. I'm never going to use it. Never.
literally just to drive you insane.
All you can use YouTube.
Yeah, you can use Spotify for free. We're just gonna actively try and give you tinnitus until you pay us to stop. So when I'm reading this article about how insufferable online ads are on The Atlantic, and I'm then blocked from finishing the rest of it until I sign up, that doesn't make me want to make an account, bro. I'm just not gonna read that shit. Like, oh wow, I wonder, am I gonna waste 10 minutes typing in my email, getting involuntarily signed up to a mailing list I'll be on for the rest of my life? Or am I just gonna go back on Instagram Reels? Instagram has a disgusting amount of ads. Like every second post or story or Reels is some dumbass insurance commercial or burger. But what I don't actually mind about it is that unlike YouTube or Chronometer, is that it only interrupts me for as long as it takes me to spot like the comically small text telling me that it's an ad, right? I mean, they still try and get you by making like the ratio of Reels to sponsored posts completely random, so you kind of get into like a flow state of skipping ads, but at least it gives me the option to leave, right? But congratulations to Twitch, which now pauses the ad it's showing you if you try.
Yo, I love that about TikTok though. The fact you can just scroll past it. I'll put not interested to every single ad and I'll just immediately swipe past. I'll never watch it.
To escape
I don't
by
care what
switching
it's
to
about.
another tab, and we'll hold your limited time on this earth hostage so you can stare at a burger. Because that puts it in like the biblically evil Hall of Fame, right next to like your $3,000 Samsung smart fridge using the electricity that you pay for to spend all day, also trying to sell you a burger. Needing to scan a QR code to watch an ad before you get access to toilet paper in a public bathroom. Or you can just pay for it, of course. Oh, fucking course you can. And the guys that started selling ad space on obituaries and charging extra to not have ads surrounding the memorial for the grandpa that you let play War Thunder. Okay, I don't mind having a look at a billboard or skip past a sponsored segment every now and then, alright? What I do mind is when I am doing something and then I am interrupted. No, but can we actually talk about Plants vs. Zombies for a sec? Because I can't believe what they've done to this game. I used to play the shit out of this game. It was like the greatest $7 investment that 13-year-old me ever made. But coming back to it all these years later, I found out that they've gotten rid of the paid version so they could make a bunch of improvements to the free one, like having ads before levels and ads after levels and an ad to use the rake. Want to play a minigame? That's an ad. Want to use the speed up button? Hope you like dominoes. And I know I mentioned it before, but I cannot believe that like in the normal game, you're meant to have 5 lawnmowers and they've taken them away from you unless you watch an ad. And like, look at how much shit is flashing on the screen at once during a level, bro. And why does this game want access to my photo library? And you might think, oh, well, you know, that's fine. You can just get the ad-free version, right? No, the only way to get rid of ads is to pay $5 a month. That's right, you have to basically
Yo, they ruined that. Like, that's miserable. Who is doing that?
pay a monthly subscription to play the game normally. That's my son! That's my boy! Hey guys, guess what? Netflix just announced they're going to be using AI to integrate ad breaks directly into shows, so now everything ever made is going to feel like it's made by Michael Bay. Wow. Turns out it can get worse. It'll be right at home with this other actually real patent by Sony, where they're developing ads that will not go away until you stand up and shout, McDonald's! Wow. Can't wait. Anyway, I feel like the older I get, the more this channel has gone from me being like, hey, look at this funny movie I found, to me just complaining about shit that I don't like. So like, better look forward to next week's video where we're going to be talking about the housing market.
Hey, that was a pretty good video though. Yeah, it makes sense, right? There's ads on everything you do now. You can't play a game, you can't watch anything. If you go out in public, there's ads on the signs and billboards everywhere. There's gonna be signs, and even in restaurants, there'll be signs with ads on it. And let's get into the next video. The horrifying world of